There's something about Antarctica that governments never openly explain. It's the coldest, driest, and most remote continent on Earth. But beneath its icy surface lie secrets that have puzzled humanity for decades. Why is this vast wilderness, larger than Europe, so heavily guarded? What are they trying to hide? Officially, we're told Antarctica is a pristine continent dedicated to peace and science. Located at the southernmost point of our planet, it's a landmass almost entirely covered by a colossal ice sheet. It doesn't belong to any single nation. Instead, it's governed by the Antarctic Treaty System, a pact signed by 56 countries. This treaty designates the continent as a scientific preserve and bans all military activity. To visit, you need a special permit, and your movements are strictly controlled. The official reasons are to protect the fragile ecosystem and ensure the safety of visitors in its extreme, deadly environment. But is that the whole story? It all sounds reasonable on the surface, but the level of restriction is unparalleled anywhere else on Earth. Why is the one place supposedly open to everyone for science so difficult to actually access? Let's look behind the official narrative. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 at the height of the Cold War, is fascinating. It effectively froze all territorial claims on the continent. But here's the thing. Several nations, including the UK, Argentina, Chile, and Norway, had already claimed huge slices of it. The treaty didn't erase these claims, it just put them on hold. Unofficially, this means a tense geopolitical game is constantly playing out beneath the ice. While the treaty bans military bases, it doesn't stop a significant military presence. Logistical support for scientific bases is often provided by military personnel from various countries. There are vast no-go zones, areas where unauthorized access is completely forbidden. Officially, these are protected areas for scientific research or due to extreme danger. But some have pointed out that these zones are suspiciously large, covering areas that have never been fully surveyed. What kind of research requires such absolute secrecy? Some speculate that these bases are not just for studying penguins and ice cores. Rumors have long circulated about advanced technology testing, resource exploration, and even covert intelligence operations taking place far from prying eyes. The continent is rich in resources like coal, oil, and precious minerals. The treaty currently bans mining, but that ban is up for review in 2048. Could nations be secretly mapping out these resources, preparing for a future resource scramble? It's a compelling thought. The mystery only deepens when you start exploring Antarctica from your own home. If you go on Google Earth, you can find some truly bizarre anomalies. There are shapes that look uncannily like pyramids, strange entrances to what appear to be underground caves, and even formations that some claim are crashed UFOs. Now, most of these can be explained by natural geological processes and which is our brain's tendency to see familiar patterns in random shapes. But a few are harder to dismiss. Then there's the oddity of commercial air travel. Have you ever noticed that almost no international flights fly directly over the Antarctic continent? The official explanation is ETOPS, or Extended Range Twin-Engine Operational Performance Standards. These regulations require twin-engine aircraft to always be within a certain distance of a diversion airport in case of an engine failure. Antarctica has very few usable airports, making polar routes risky and economically unviable. Plus, the extreme cold can cause fuel to freeze and navigational equipment to malfunction. Yet, some argue that these are convenient excuses. Four-engine planes don't have the same ECOPS restrictions, yet they also avoid the continent. This avoidance creates what is known as a cone of silence over a massive part of our planet. Why is there such a determined effort to keep the skies above Antarctica empty? All this secrecy naturally fuels speculation. What could possibly warrant this level of control? The theories range from the plausible to the outright fantastical. Some believe powerful nations are conducting secret weapons tests. Others suggest they've found vast, untapped mineral and oil reserves and are waiting for the treaty to expire. And then there are the more fringe theories. Lost ancient civilizations buried under the ice, secret Nazi bases from World War II, or even a gateway to another dimension. While these sound like science fiction, the sheer volume of unanswered questions makes you wonder, if there's nothing to hide, why not be more transparent? Why the restricted zones, the flight prohibitions, and the constant military-supported presence. Of course, scientists and officials offer perfectly logical explanations for almost everything. That strange pyramid, it's most likely a Antarctica mountain peak sticking out of the ice, sculpted into a pyramid-like shape by millennia of wind and glacial erosion. Those cave entrances, they could be meltwater channels or volcanic vents. The secrecy surrounding research, that's often to protect delicate experiments from contamination or to safeguard intellectual property before publication. The reason flights don't cross Antarctica isn't just about safety, it's also practical. There's simply no demand. There are no major population centers to connect. So a route over the South Pole would be incredibly inefficient for any major airline. As for the treaty, scientists argue it's a shining example of international cooperation. It has successfully protected a unique environment for over 60 years, allowing for groundbreaking research into climate change, astronomy, and geology. They would argue that the restrictions aren't there to hide something, but to protect something precious. The conspiracies are often just misunderstandings of complex scientific and logistical realities. For every strange shape, there's a geologist with a rational explanation. For every restricted zone, there's an ecologist explaining the fragility of the life within it. So, where does that leave us? On one hand, we have a continent governed by a historic treaty for peace and science, with rational explanations for its many restrictions. On the other hand, the persistent secrecy, military involvement, and strange discoveries fuel an unending stream of questions and theories. It's a place of stark contrasts, a symbol of international unity that is also a theater of quiet geopolitical competition. It's a land of science, but also a canvas for our wildest imaginations. Maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. Maybe it's both a scientific wonderland and a place of hidden agendas. The only thing we know for sure is that the secrets of the ice are kept very, very cold. So I'll leave you with this thought. What if Antarctica is more than just ice and penguins? What if its greatest secret is still waiting to be discovered, buried deep beneath the frozen surface? What do you think is really going on at the bottom of the world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe for more.